A match cut is a way to dynamically match two different objects. This match buries the cut, making your cuts more seamless. I am going to demonstrate a couple of common ways to do match cuts by matching motion and matching size. For this demonstration, I'm using my basic three objects, a circle, a square, and a triangle. My layers last a bit longer, about 2 seconds each for emphasis, but this will work with any length of layer. Let's do a motion match cut on my circle and my square. I made my circle a bit bigger than the square for this example. This will fluidly cut from the circle to the square while it is in motion. To easily match the motion, create a null layer. Go to Layer, New, Null Object. A null object layer is an empty layer that you can control multiple layers with. It has no content, but with its transform menu, you can control the properties of multiple shapes across your timeline. Keep in mind, you can still alter the individual properties of layers. This is just a master layer that animates all layers that are attached to it or parented to it. Select your shape layers. In the parenting menu, select the null layer to parent the layers to it. Now, whatever I do to the null will happen to the parented layers. Next, I'll create a diagonal motion across the frame with 2 keyframes across 2 seconds, so that this motion spans the edit point of my 2 layers. The motion is the bridge between the 2 objects. Now the object transforms while it's moving, but we can improve this a bit by editing in the graph editor. Make the keyframes easy ease with the F9 hotkey, function plus F9 on a Mac, or just F9 on a PC. Click on the graph editor icon and select the speed graph. The speed graph only edits, you guessed it, the speed of your keyframes. It does not change the values, in this case the position, it just changes the timing of your action. Stretch the handles at either end towards the middle so that the fastest point in the movement is in the middle when the objects are cutting between each other. This speed will hide the cut. Now we have a dynamic match cut on the motion. Let's use the size or scale property for the next match cut. I'm going to change the second position keyframe to a hold keyframe so that it holds for a moment in the corner. Control or right click on the keyframe and select Toggle Hold Keyframe. Then, after a pause, let's have it move back into the center. Start the action after the hold keyframe with another keyframe. By default, the keyframe after a hold keyframe is also a hold keyframe. So to switch it back to a linear keyframe or a regular keyframe, right-click or control-click on the keyframe and select Toggle Hold Keyframe. This will switch it back to a regular or linear keyframe. Move the playhead forward, and I'll use the Align menu to find the exact center. Let's make that center position keyframe a hold keyframe too. Now, bring up the scale property with the S hotkey. Over the span of the 2 layers, create 2 keyframes. Adjust the size, up or down, of the second keyframe. Make these keyframes easy ease. In the speed graph, pull the ends towards the middle so that the transition is fastest over the cut. Here are my 2 examples of simple match cuts using motion and size to dynamically and seamlessly cut between objects.